Well, I wanted to find out, when I go to bed, I often scroll through on my phone. I don't know if you do a bit of doom scrolling, they call it, don't they? I just like looking at stuff. I look at the news, then I go on social media, have a good old nose around there. My favourite thing is TikTok, though, without question. Sit on TikTok for a good half an hour maybe. A thing that keeps coming up in my For You page, it's called, and it's like a dedicated feed that TikTok thinks I might be interested in, based on other things like an algorithm that I look at. So I keep looking at Reiki. I don't really understand it, if I'm honest, but that's why I love this Sunday show, because there are loads of holistic practices and things that we've had on the show before that we all find out a little bit more about it. Now, maybe you've had Reiki. Maybe you are a Reiki practitioner. And I thought, I keep seeing it in my timeline. I want to know more about it and how Reiki healing works. Now, Victoria Palmer is a Reiki healer from Milton Keynes, and she joins me now. Hello, Victoria. Good morning.
Babs, good morning. My heart is so full that you're exploring this. Thank you so much for asking me to come on this morning.
Oh, you're so welcome.
I've been listening to your comedy thing. I went to see Simon Brodkin the week before last with my husband in Dunstable. It's so funny.
I like him. I've seen him a couple of times. He's really good. And
Very
good for,
nice.
it's, laughter. We can't underestimate it. Good for the soul.
Yeah, indeed. Absolutely.
Right. I am an open book, Victoria. I want to know, I'm fascinated by all these Reiki practitioners that keep popping up in my timeline and soothing me to sleep at night, which is wonderful. I don't really know what Reiki is. Could you explain it for anybody like me that's like, well, what is it?
So it is interestingly one of the most popular energy healing systems in the world, originally founded in Japan. And it's very much an experiential healing that can help with so many things. And actually, the power of it is so well known now, or becoming so well known, that it's being used on the NHS, in hospitals and in hospices, to help with pain relief, to help with healing, to help people feel calmer, less stressed, to help with a more speedy recovery. I have a rescue dog, Babs, and he doesn't know, as human beings you can say, oh, did I imagine it? It helped me to feel more relaxed or not. He's got lots of damage on his back and on his shoulders from being a street dog in Romania. And he will sit and I will place my hands on him and he stays there. And I see how it helps him. Also with my daughter when she was a baby, the same,
Wow. So explain to me, so say for example, let's use me as the guinea pig and I come along and I see you, Victoria, and is it physical well-being you're healing, or is it emotional, or is it trauma-based? And how do you actually do it? Because I really don't know anything about it. So am I on a bed, on a couch, in a chair? What are you doing to me?
So it's all of those things. It's our physical well-being, it's our mental well-being, our emotional and our spiritual well-being. And you're fully clothed. You, if it's okay for the client, because sometimes there are challenges, so if they're pregnant or they've got injuries. But ideally, you're lying down on a couch, a Reiki couch in my room, where you feel safe and relaxed. And I will lightly place my hands on, if that's okay with you, in various parts of your body. So we'll have a conversation before. I'll ask you what's going on. And if it's okay for you, you'll share with me. There might be physical things that are manifesting for you, because how Reiki is so powerful is because I see so often, daily, Babs, how our emotional stuff then causes us physical pain. We hold stuff in our body. We hold anger. We hold resentment. We hold sadness from our past, from childhood, from relationship things that have happened to us, from things that other people have done, maybe shame for ourselves, decisions or choices that we made at a time that we then regret. And if we don't process those emotions, then energetically we hold them in our body. And so it can really happen on so many levels. Sometimes we're aware of it and sometimes we're not. So it might manifest to you in that you might feel warmth coming from my hands. You might see colour. You might feel the sensations. And it really is an incredible, unique journey for individual, and you don't have to believe it. It's very experiential Reiki, which is one of the beautiful things about it, and the fact that it is so unique.
Is it? So it's not a religious thing, is it?
No.
So it's a spiritual thing. And what's happening to you to be able to heal me? So I'm interested in what's happening to you as well, Victoria.
Yes. So what happens to me is that I'm the channel. So the key principles of Reiki is that we don't be angry, we don't worry, we be grateful, we work with diligence, and we be kind to others. And so I stand in that energy and presence, in that I'm simply a tool to bring down this energy, if you like, from divine source, universal energy, which is what Reiki is, to you. So there's an element of me needing to be detached, of holding the space for you. So it doesn't come from me, it comes through me. And it's not anything that I force or I take away from you, because otherwise that's not helpful for me. And so I'm just this conduit of this energy that comes down for you. So it might, I very often get sensations too. So it might be heat or warmth, or I might see images of certain things that I can then share back to them and say, I was feeling this in this area. And I write it down so that I can then share with the person afterwards.
Oh, wow. So if you're being the conduit, then are you helping, have I understood this? Because I really want to understand this.
Yeah.
So if you're the conduit, would you, if I came to see you, then you maybe are releasing kind of trapped, let's say, trauma or emotions or feelings that I might be hanging on to in my body, let's say. Have I understood that correctly?
Yeah, so I'm being the tool. So let's say you struggle with pains in your tummy, for example, which might be the fact that you sometimes feel out of control or fearful or something like that, or you get issues in your neck, which is very common, or in your headache. So I'm thinking about things all the time and worrying about things. And what I will do by placing my hands on your body, so we've had a conversation before, you've said to me, I feel here, but I also, I go intuitively too if there are other places. And so what my role is to help you be willing to release the energy that's stuck there, that's causing that physical pain. And so that then might bring things up for you after the session or during the session. It might release in tears. You might feel tearful. You might feel angry. And then a few days later, you might find maybe you go to the toilet to release some things, or maybe some memories come up that you're able to process a little bit more gently. So things like that.
And would you need more than one session? Is it a thing? Is it like therapy? Do you have to have it every week or every month or something? How does that work?
So I guess it depends. If we want to be well, we do things to be well, don't we?
Yeah.
So I do daily Reiki on myself. I do daily meditation. I connect daily with whatever I connect with. So for me, I suppose if there's something that is really physically causing somebody challenges, like I have a lady who has arthritis, or somebody that has problems with their back, I might say maybe for a couple of weeks it's a good idea to come a couple of times. But I also have clients that come every month because it helps with their general well-being. So humanity is struggling and our world is struggling. Yeah. And the more we can do as a collective to take ownership and responsibility for ourselves, and I'm all for that. But I'm also not about, please just book a Reiki session to give me money. Yeah. It's about us being well and taking ownership and responsibility for that. And finding the Reiki person that fits you and suits you, because not everyone's for everyone,
Victoria, this has been it's mind blown, fascinating for me, because now
You're
I feel
welcome to come and see me, by the way. I'm more than happy to help you with your experience.
Well, thank you. If people want to find out more about you and what you do you have a Facebook or social media or, an X account or anything people can check you out, or a website?
Thank you, Babs. I do. My name is Victoria Palmer. I'm in Milton Keynes. My business is called Deeper Awareness, and I'm on social media. I have a website, www.deeperawareness.co.uk. And it would, if anyone's got any queries or questions, it's my role to help and be of service, and I feel really passionate about doing that. So, yeah.
Well, pleasure. It's been having this chat with you. Thank you for letting me ask. I don't know if they were stupid questions, but they're my questions.
Thank you, my love.
Thanks, Victoria. Have a good rest of your day.
And
Bye.
Bye.
You see, this show is the place for everything, in as much as we have a bit more time on Sunday. So we do religious and faith-based things, but we also do spiritual things that maybe aren't religious, but very spiritual for some people. And when I'd seen on TikTok, it just kept coming up and coming up. And sometimes you go, yeah, I need to find out more about that. So I thought, well, let's get a Reiki healer on. Maybe you've had Reiki. Maybe you think it's the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know. That's why I wanted to find out. So if there's anything that you think, oh, Babs, can you find out a little bit more about, I don't know, whatever it is, let me know, please.